Hi, this is my video review for Frontier of Fear. Frontier of Fear is a collection of 4 sci-fi scenarios for the Epoch role-playing game. Dale Elvi was kind enough to send me these cards to use with the scenarios. In my review of Epoch, the role-playing game, I thought the cards were a bit too flimsy, but after using them a few times, they are sturdier than I thought, so I recommend that you buy them when you get this book. Well, let me talk about the physical qualities of the book. The book is pretty sturdy, even though it's a soft cover. It has good binding, and the quality of the paper is good, the ink is good, and it has some illustrations to make a point of each scenario of the theme and the mood. Here is the one of the illustrations. It gives that weird vibe from the Alien movies. And the book teaches you how to run each scenario in a very easy and simple way. Let me talk about the scenarios. The first scenario is Red Gold. The player characters are a team of Ascent Corporation agents who are sent to investigate a dig site on the planet Mars. The dig site is supposed to be a major deposit of gold, but all communications with the digging team were cut off. As the characters investigate, they will start getting attacked by the former miners that are now possessed by some strange alien entities, and the characters will find out that there are some golden spheres in the dig site that are actually a sort of vessel or repository for the alien entities. They possess people by traveling from the spheres to the victim's body. So it's a scenario of the player characters fighting against these possessed crew members and trying to stop the alien entities or just getting out of the site with their lives. It's a pretty good scenario. It has those alien moments where the characters are moving through dark caverns and suddenly they find these spherical objects that remind you a bit of the facehugger X from Aliens. The next scenario is Space Station Icarus. Space Station Icarus is a different scenario compared to Red Gold. It's about a space station that is just about to be abandoned by the employees that left in space because it's no longer in use. However, the space station has an artificial intelligence, and this artificial intelligence has developed a sort of conscience or awareness, and the AI doesn't want to be left alone. And an alien presence that notices this change or this awakening of conscience takes advantage of it and possesses the artificial intelligence, and the artificial intelligence in its desperation to not to be left alone traps the characters who are employees trying to escape the space station. So the characters will have to face that artificial intelligence and everything that is in that space station. Be it experimental animals. There are some like monkeys, I believe, that were being used as experiments, and they start attacking the player characters, and also other dangers related to the space station installation. So it reminded me a bit of System Shock 2, the PC game, where you have to face against an artificial intelligence. If you haven't played that game, play it and you'll get a good feel of the mood of this scenario. Well, and the next scenario, Quintessence, it's also a different kind of scenario. The players are Marines that are supposed to investigate an abandoned spaceship. This scenario is all about Event Horizon. It's a spaceship that, traveling faster than light, accidentally entered a hellish dimension where evil entities took control of the crew, killed some of the crew, and took control of the others, and took control of the ship's captain. And now that the Marines have entered the space station, they're going to fight against all those alien entities. And at the end of the scenario, they will have to decide if they should fight against this menace or try to just get out of there as soon as possible. It's a good scenario. I really like it. Let me tell you, there is not one scenario in this book that I disliked. I liked all of them. I think that the theme is great, and they handled all the elements in a very good, cool way by taking advantage of all those sci-fi elements and conventions we are used to, and making them very real as you tell the story. The next scenario is Hard Time, and Hard Time is a prison scenario. There's a space prison, and the characters are convicts that are basically trying to survive against a group of entities known as larvae. The larvae enter the prison and are devouring all of the prisoners and security personnel alike. And because of that, the characters not only have to face against these space entities, they also have to fight against maybe other convicts, or at least negotiate with them. And they will also have to face the threat of the security personnel who are trying to lock them in their place, or even kill them. It's a good scenario because you really feel the claustrophobia of being in a prison. And there's a part in the prison's level where it's all flooded, so it's also like trying to get out of there before you run out of time, of oxygen, of anything. You really feel there is a lot of pressure and you have limited resources. Well, let me give you my opinion about the four scenarios. They are all great. They are all they suit different tastes, but at the same time they satisfy the player who's looking for a sci-fi experience. But you have everything that you can imagine in themes. You have a sort of like space marine theme. You also have a prisoner theme where you're just trying to survive. You also have a theme where everything's looks like a routine, and like the characters are just fixing some things in a space station, and suddenly everything goes wrong. And I can't find any negative points for this collection of scenarios. You should, if you own Epoch, you should get it, and if you are you play other sci-fi games, you should play it also, because it's going to give you a lot of inspiration for future scenarios or maybe entire campaigns. There is even a good amount, a decent amount of advice on how to make a sort of mini campaign. Maybe the characters participated in Red Gold, and because of some corporate maneuvers or something, they ended up as prisoners for the last scenario in Hard Time. So it's a pretty flexible collection of scenarios. You should get it, and with the proper mood and with the proper vibe, you're going to set up a scary environment at the gaming table where all the player characters don't know what's going to happen next, and what's going to jump at them. Well, thanks for watching my review. If you have any comments, please write them down and I will read them. See you later.